You know, not every journey goes forward. Some loop, some stall. Some pull a U-turn so sharp you'll spill your coffee. But every now and then, the road leads you right back to where you started, and somehow, it's exactly where you needed to be. Hey, if you're new here, welcome. You found the little virtual roadside diner of stories. Again, if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. If the road leads you back, well, there's always coffee and there's always room at the table. So I met him right here in Kingman. He was in his mid-60s, quiet, boots older than my truck. He'd left the family ranch decades ago, he told me. Said the land felt too small and the arguments too loud. But when his brother passed, he came back just to help settle the estate. He found the same old gate, same stretch of fence with those 3 posts missing, the ones he said he'd always get around to fix it. That afternoon, he fixed them. He did it alone. When I passed by, I asked if he needed a hand. He figured it was time I quit running and started mending, he said. He wasn't just talking about the fence. You see, the land had held a version of him he thought he had buried. But grace has a way of keeping the lights on in places we swore we'd never return. So I passed through a nearby empty town near Hackberry. It's the kind of place where one gas pump and a population will all fit in one diner booth. One storefront had its lights on. Inside, a little general store with, the creaky floors, the wooden shelves that kind of leaned like they'd seen better decades, and an old cash register that looked like it still might take nickels. Now, behind that counter stood a woman. She was in her mid-40s. She was wearing this apron. Probably belonged to someone she loved. She caught me staring at it. She caught my eye and she said, "This is my grandma's." She said, "I left at 18 and I swore I'd never come back here, but one day I realized maybe this was always home. I just wasn't ready for it." She now makes homemade fudge. She writes your name on the bag in giant bright blue ink. Dawns on me you can leave a place, but sometimes it waits patiently for you to come back anyway. There was an early Sunday morning before hitting the road. I stopped into the church next to the motel I was at. It was a typical desert roadside church with peeling paint, old wooden sign, old wooden cross. The sign probably hasn't changed since the Reagan years. After the service, as we're all exiting, as I was standing in line, a young man walked up to the preacher, scruffy beard, worn-out backpack, voice full of road miles, he could tell. He didn't say much, just hugged him. Then he looked him right in the eyes and he said, "I gave you hell when I left. Just wanted you to know. I found my way, and you were part of that." I know I teared up, but the preacher didn't tear up at all. He squeezed the kid's shoulder, you could tell, but it was done with tenderness. It only comes from years of waiting. Sometimes returning isn't about geography. It's about finally seeing what was behind you all along. Now, in reflection, not every road leads away. Some bring you back to broken places that are, finally ready to be healed. Some bring you full circle, but with new eyes and a softer heart. So if the road's been, leading you back somewhere, don't fight it too hard. It might just be the grace you're looking for in reverse. My reminder to be kind to the traveler. You never know who's returning, just not to a place, but to a memory, a mistake, or a second chance. Give them the room. Give them the kindness. Sometimes the hardest road to take is the one that leads back home. Ain't that the truth? Fuel, coffee, and kindness, that's what keeps this going. If you'd like to help, the hat's always open at Venmo. You'll find me at Faith and Good Courage. Again, no strings, just a soft ask and a very big thank you. I'll see you next week, and until then, travel well, my friends. Have faith and good courage.